Salvation Gang, and welcome back to Surrounded by Short Boxes with your boy Stu from Dr. Doing Sand Club. This is a spotlight on my favorite back issues and why I love them so much. Today, we are talking about a collected volume instead of just a single issue. This one is a bold and beautiful reimagining of Gotham's most elusive anti-heroine. It's Cliff Chiang's Catwoman and Only City getting the spotlight today, a criminally underrated DC Black Label miniseries that doesn't get talked about nearly enough. So let's help amend that, shall we? Let's get into this book's history and why I love it so much.
Catwoman Lonely City was a 4-issue mini that dropped across the course of a year from October 2021 to October 2022. We did have to wait on this one, but it was well worth it in hindsight. It's funny how in between these issues releasing, especially on these prestige type books where we can be waiting quite a while, it feels like forever to the point that it's physically painful. But when they really stick that landing, when the book finally arrives slash ends and then makes up for all that time spent in anticipation, all that anxiety and waiting, and the memory of all that just kind of disappears. It's just a testament to the power of good art. So before Catwoman, Chiang had previously made his name as an artist on books like Wonder Woman with Brian Azzarello and Paper Girls with Brian K. Vaughan. But here he is the sole creative force. Cliff is doing it all, writing, illustrating, coloring, and lettering. He began developing Lonely City during the pandemic, and it is informed by the tradition of the rugged and rough alternative futures that we get in books like The Dark Knight Returns, Kingdom Come, and Old Man Logan. But with a distinct focus here, we got our female anti-hero aging in real time, battling not just villains, but the horrors of memory, regret, and irrelevance. In multiple interviews, Chiang emphasized his desire to explore middle-aged superheroes, a demographic often ignored in comics. Speaking to Polygon and The Beat, he said, "There's something powerful about seeing someone older, grayer, slower, but still dangerous. Selina doesn't have Bruce's resources or power, she just has cunning, scars, and the will to finish what she started." Set 10 years after a mysterious tragedy dubbed Fool's Night, which resulted in the deaths of Batman, Nightwing, Commissioner Gordon, and the incarceration of Selina Kyle, this noir-tinged tale explores themes of aging, redemption, power, and legacy in a Gotham that has moved on from its Cape Crusader past. Selina Kyle, now in her mid-50s, is released from Blackgate Prison after doing nearly a decade behind bars, and she finds herself in a city that's both alien and familiar. Gotham is now ruled with authoritarian zeal by Mayor Harvey Dent, the former Two-Face who has outlawed costume vigilantism and ushered in a techno-surveillance state. Haunted by the deaths of her peers and driven by the cryptic last words of Batman to her, with mentions of saving the city and the term Orpheus, Selina embarks on a final heist to break into the Batcave, unraveling long-buried secrets and rallying a new crew of outcasts and survivors. Chiang's Selina is no longer the seductive cat burglar of old, but a weathered, sharp-minded strategist, a woman confronting the weight of history and personal failure. She's teaming up with a roster of unexpected allies here, and it is a motley crew of friends she has. I love it, though. We got Killer Croc, reimagined here as a Kangol and sandal-wearing heavy drinker with bad hips, and their relationship might be my favorite. We got Edward Nigma, aka the Riddler, who she's rekindling a romance with here. It's friggin' hilarious when Eddie sums up those green bodysuit and question mark Kane villain days with the line, "I was doing a lot of coke then." Eddie has a daughter, Edie, who forms a strong bond with Selina and soon becomes the next Catwoman in a sense. We got a thick expat and Poison Ivy who has left Gotham for the jungles of Brazil after the events of Fool's Night. And finally, Etrigan, a reluctant Jason Blood who they bribe with Dr. Fate's helmet. It is with sweat and the sacrifice. I don't want to straight up spoil it, but man, do we get some gut-wrenching and emotional deaths here. It is with all that sweat and sacrifice that Selina reclaims her identity, and in so doing challenges Dent's fascist regime and ultimately redefines what justice means in a world that seems to have forgotten altogether. The story's climactic reveal, centered on Batman's posthumous regrets and the truth behind what really went down on Fool's Night, brings a poetic close to this dystopian Gotham, affirming Chiang's central thesis for the book, that heroism is not tied to youth or physical prowess, but to resilience, clarity, and purpose. His clean, expressive art style, which usually trends a bit brighter, here supports a grimy, neon noirish Gotham, and this retro-futuristic landscape of this world that he's created is both hopeful and harrowing. I think what's most impressive beyond the artwork and the coloring and the lettering that he all does himself is Chiang's writing. It's amazing, wonderfully paced, emotional when it needs to be, comedic when it needs to be, sincere, vulnerable, and with the dialogue. My God, the dialogue topples me over page after page, and how real and refreshing it is. All this makes for a truly impressive feat of the pen by Chiang here, especially as his first big swing at writing the story himself. I was floored and hope to read more Chiang written projects in the future. I love Catwoman Lonely City because it isn't just a superhero story, it's a mature, deeply felt meditation on identity, loss, and the possibility of change. Through Selina Kyle, Chiang crafts one of the most powerful reinterpretations of a DC character that's out there, proving that sometimes the loneliest city can still harbor hope if someone is brave enough to steal it back.
That's it for me this time, gang. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I implore you to go pick up this book and collect it or single issue form and give it a read if you haven't already. I recommend this hardcover volume. Myself, it's gorgeous. I love a good cover inside the dust jacket, and this one has it. Colors really pop well in this volume, and a lot of gorgeous back matter from Cliff Chiang, so check this one out. And as always, make sure you're subscribed to Dr. Doom's fan club with those notifications on so you don't miss out on any more great comic book content. Nobody does Grizzle with gusto better than your voice do. Until next time, stay